This week on Rush Outdoors, we head to Orleans County for some fast-paced salmon action. Then it's off to Jefferson County for some big whitetails. And of course, member footage with Rush Uncut. So sit back, kick your feet up, and relax. It's time for Rush Outdoors. Rush Outdoors is brought to you by Herb Phillipson, your outfitters for the great outdoors.
Hi everyone, welcome to Rush Outdoors. I'm your host Tim Andrus. Today I'm in Orleans County at Oak Orchard Harbor at their historic lighthouse. With me right now is Wayne Hale, Director of Orleans County Tourism. Wayne, can you give me a little background on the lighthouse?
Well, it's an exact replica of an 1872 light that stood here beckoning ships to the harbor. But unfortunately in 1916 it was taken by Lake Ontario in a December storm. But now it's been rebuilt by the exact specifications and it stands as a museum, open from May to October.
Very nice. Great view from up here, by the way. You know, it might be a cold January afternoon out there right now, but let me tell you this. Orleans County is one of the top destinations in the country for trophy trout and salmon fishing. Rush Junkie John Lenox. In the fall, there's nothing more important to him than sitting in a tree stand with a bow in his hand. But after the coaxing of some of his buddies, brother Kevin, knowing that the fall salmon run was on, they headed up just down the road here to Marsh Creek. Let's tag along and see how they made out, chasing big king salmon.
You know, in the fall, there's nothing I love to do more than archery hunt. And it really takes a lot to get me out of a tree stand. Well, my buddy Garrett Stuckey has been fishing for salmon up in Orleans County for the last couple of years. And he'd really been pushing me to take an afternoon off and come fish with him. Well, when he started sending me the pictures of the fish that we were catching, he kept telling me, John, you know, these aren't the little 12, 13-inch brown trout you're used to catching in the streams at home. He said, these fish are 10, 15, 20 pounds. And, you know, he was relentless and relentless and relentless. So finally I agreed, and I called my brother and I said, hey, let's take an afternoon off from hunting and go up and see what this salmon fishing up in Orleans County is all about. We get to this first hole, and Garrett is up first. And, you know, I told the guys, look, I'm going to run the camera. You guys do what you can do, and I'll learn just from watching you. And we get into that first hole, and Garrett, of course, is using a fly rod, and really the second or third cast, and wham, he's got one. Garrett lands that first fish. He gives us the beauty shot, holding it up, lets it go, turns around, goes back to fishing, and again, right away, bang, he's got another one.
Number 2.
I gave the rod to my brother and said, you know what, why don't you give it a whirl, you try, and I'll film you. And you know, it took him a little while to get the hang of it, because these fish really, from what I understand, they're really not feeding when they're in the streams during the fall salmon run. They're really, to hit, they're going to do it out of aggression. They're going to get mad and they're going to smack the lure, they're going to smack the fly or whatever it is that you're fishing with. And it takes a while to get that bait in front of him the right way to get him to attack it aggressively. But once my brother figured it out, fish on. It was incredible.
What do you got?
First salmon ever. Oak Orchard.
Well, you know, Devin lands his first fish, releases that fish, and goes out, catches another one.
Not ready yet.
Ain't done yet. In order for it to be a keeper, you have to catch it from the gills forward, hook it from the gills forward. And although this one got hooked in the back fin, it's not a keeper, but it's still fun to catch. And we're going to put him back anyways and let someone else try to catch him.
T-Bone here, and you know what? You're watching Rush Outdoors.
If you fish or if you hunt, you're going to love shopping at Herb Phillipson's for all your fishing and hunting gear. Whatever the season, it's the reason to pick up guns, ammo, fishing rods, reels, and all the accessories you need for your next hunting or fishing adventure. We've got it, and you'll get it all at Herb Phillipson's low price fighter prices. There's a store near you, and don't forget to visit our newest location in the Western Light Shopping Center, Syracuse.
We duck hunt every day. Sometimes, though, we disagree on where.
Where are we hunting today?
Lake Blythe.
You would think we always agree on where to put the decoys.
But we don't.
Over there.
No, they need to be right out there.
First thing we can agree on, Willie is out when it comes to calling.
The second thing we absolutely agree on, it's got to be real tree camo.
The Oak Orchard Harbor in Orleans County. Make a morning run for Lake Ontario. Fish on means you'll experience the exhilaration of fighting that giant trout or salmon. To learn more about our world-class fishing, visit our website at www.orleanscountytourism.com.
There you go.
Woo! Another reason I love New York.
You know, I'm as competitive as the next guy, and I've been watching Garrett and my brother catch these fish, and of course there's other guys in the stream as well. And, you know, now it's Johnny's turn. And I grabbed the pole from my brother and put him behind the camera. Went up to a hole above where everybody else was, where I had seen a couple of fish. And it took me a little while, but I got that first one. And when he hit, he turned and went downstream. And I'm not kidding you, that line was screaming.
Yep.
Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, at least he put on a show before we got rid of him.
You know, you can't land every fish, and certainly that got me excited to do it again.
Marsh Creek Chinook salmon. Double. Garrett had one too.
Coming off of Lake Ontario. This is probably the smallest one we've caught today. So, again, for it to be a legal catch, you got to get them in front of the gills. So, they're stacked in here like cordwood. Every now and then you're going to get a snag. So, we let those go and let somebody else catch them.
There's nothing like catching salmon from a small stream. Great job, guys.
Rush Outdoors is also brought to you by the Rochester Sportsman's Expo, Nikon Optics, Realtree.com, Matthews Solo Cam, IQ Bow Sights, Block Targets, Energizer Batteries, Slaying Odor Neutralizer, and Shadow Hunter Blinds.
I hunt out of Shadow Hunter blinds because I think they're the best ground blind made today. Made right here in Michigan. All American made Shadow Hunter blinds are the very best. If you want to hunt out of the best, you need Shadow Hunter. Here's why. See that? Totally silent. You can open the plexiglasses wherever you want it. Same thing under these windows, just totally silent. You have so much action as a result because the deer just come all the way around you.
Did you know that Lock and Load Sporting Goods in Owego, New York is one of New York's premier destinations for Shadow Hunter blinds? And it just doesn't end right there. Lock and Load has everything a sportsman could ask for. Archery, firearms, optics, and fishing. And when your hunting or fishing trip is over, bring your trophy right here to Southern Tier Taxidermy, also located at Lock and Load Sporting Goods. And it's all under one roof. Lock and Load Sporting Goods, Southern Tier Taxidermy, located at 161 Erie Street, Owego, New York. You know, sportsmen here in New York are pretty lucky. They have a wide range of hunting opportunities, waterfowl, small and big game. You know, there's no one that works harder to take advantage of these opportunities than Rush Junkie Frank Spartano. Let's follow Frank up north, Jefferson County, chasing big whitetails.
I got permission from a landowner to hunt 1,500 to 2,000 acres of privately owned property. It's managed. A very limited amount of people are able to hunt it. We're going to hit the road here in about 2 hours. It's about 2.5–3 hour drive north where we're going. Got the bow tack in tow.
Got the Remington in tow. Something's in big trouble.
Just had some does pass through. It's a Halloween morning. We spent the night glassing fields, trying to set up on some deer, and we saw a couple nice ones. One real nice shooter, real wide, 10-pointer. We saw a nice year and a half old 9, but pretty windy this morning. The sun's just coming up. We got 5 days to try to get it done on film. See what happens.
Hunted for 3 days with the archery tackle. We couldn't get a shooter in range. So I decided in the morning I was going to take out the Remington, and I had a funny feeling our luck was about to change. Get a big 8-pointer. We've been watching them all day long, bedding in the field. We got the wind in our favor. He's bedded out there with a bunch of does. He's just over a rise. We spotted him from up a hill up above, and we stalked him down here. As we got closer, we see that it's a 9. He's a mature animal, nice big heavy rack on him. Got up and he's coming this way. Get on him.
Frank, that was some awesome footage. Great job on a great buck.
I'm Nicole Castro. We'll be back in 60 seconds with this week's Swing and a Miss. Brought to you by Tim's Guns of Elbridge.
I hold the spot-on advantage. And there are a million more like me, using Spot On to build confidence in shooting farther and with more precision than ever before. The next generation of shooting accuracy has arrived. Join us.
Hey folks, Dave Morgan from Rush Uncut. If your schedule doesn't always allow you time to get to the local sporting goods store, then visit WoodburyOutfitters.com. Whether it's archery, long guns, handguns, or everything else outdoor related, you can have it all shipped directly to you or your local dealer at super low prices. They have tons of cool stuff for sportsmen. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will have your order packaged and shipped quickly and accurately. Check out WoodburyOutfitters.com.
Welcome to Swing and a Miss. This is the segment of the show where we feature footage of hunts that don't exactly turn out as planned. One of the benefits of early archery season in New York is that it coincides with fall turkey season. For Rush Junkie John Lenox, a slow day in the deer stand picked up when a flock of longbeards walked within range in Cayuga County. Wow, John, you were able to draw twice on those birds. And unfortunately, they're still walking. Better luck next time. That's it for this week's Swing and a Miss, brought to you by Tim's Guns of Elbridge. We'll see you next week.
I hunt out of Shadow Hunter blinds because I think they're the best ground blind made today. Made right here in Michigan. All American made Shadow Hunter blinds are the very best. If you want to hunt out of the best, you need Shadow Hunter. Here's why. See that? Totally silent. You can open the plexiglasses wherever you want it. Same thing on these windows, just totally silent. You have so much action as a result because the deer just come all the way around you.
If you fish or if you hunt, you're going to love shopping at Herb Phillipson's for all your fishing and hunting gear. Whatever the season, it's the reason to pick up guns, ammo, fishing rods, reels, and all the accessories you need for your next hunting or fishing adventure. We've got it, and you'll get it all at Herb Phillipson's low price fighter prices. There's a store near you, and don't forget to visit our newest location in the Western Light Shopping Center, Syracuse.
Here we go.
Dave, how's your season?
Well, funny you should ask. Does this look familiar?
Yeah.
Ever heard the term eating your tag?
That's a rough one, man.
Yeah, it is. Oh well. Hey folks, I'm Dave from Rush Uncut, and I'm amazed every week the amount of footage we get in from our members. And Todd Burnett is no exception, and he shows us exactly why we bring the camera to the woods. Todd had settled into his tree stand looking forward to an afternoon deer hunt. And as it happens from time to time, a flock of turkeys strolled by. But this isn't your average group of birds. Take a look at this.
Wow, that was some good footage.
You know, if Todd Burnett would have told me that story, I never would have believed it. And I hope his season ended up a little better than mine.
I'll say. You know, Dave, if you got out and did a little scouting early, you wouldn't have to eat those tags.
Funny you should mention that, Guzzy, because remember, Harry Shaw does his early scouting, and he sends us a bunch of footage, and it really pays off. Now check this out. He's got deer all over the place.
Hello. What's up? Hey, buddy. Relax. Relax. Just me. I'm not gonna hurt you.
And that's why they call Harry the Deer Whisperer.
No doubt, and if you don't want to end up with a pile of these, you do your early scouting in the fall like member Harry Shaw.
Man, that was great.
Hey folks, if you want to see your mug on TV, then you log on to rushoutdoors.com and click on the Rush Uncut logo. It's that simple. And don't forget to rush outdoors
with a camera.
Rush Uncut is brought to you by thebowguru.com, IBEW Local 43, Sure Fine of Weedsport, Brad's Taxidermy, and Freedom Fighter Sport Fishing.
Hey everyone, that's all the time we have for this week. Tune in next week for another exciting episode. For everyone at Rush Outdoors, I'm your host Tim Andrus. We'll see you in the woods. For show updates, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Let me see that tag.
Guzzy, get that out of your mouth. What's wrong with you? You can't eat that. Come on, let's go get you something to eat.